Hello YouTubers, today is 8/15/2014. I am on the Kentucky legislation site and I am going to call my congressman and I want to know if there's any validity to what Obama plans on doing with our Constitution. So here goes nothing.
Legislative Research Commission.
Good morning. Do you have a number where I can reach Ron Paul and Mitch McConnell, please?
I do not have those numbers. I can transfer you to our public information.
Okay, thank you.
Just a moment.
Public Information Office.
Yes, hi. Could you please give me Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell's phone numbers, both their Washington, D.C. and their Kentucky numbers?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay.
So this is Rand Paul.
Okay.
And the Kentucky number is 270
Okay.
782
Okay.
8303.
Okay.
And
Where is that? Bowling Green? Okay.
and his DC number is 202
Okay.
224
Okay.
4343.
4343. Okay.
And let me look up McConnell.
How's the weather up there in Frankfurt?
Good.
Is it?
Yes.
Fairly nice here too. I tell you what, it seems like we're having September, October weather versus August.
I totally agree.
You know, it's weird. Okay.
This is Senator McConnell's Kentucky number.
Okay.
I'm giving you his Louisville number. It's 502 582 6304.
Okay.
And the DC number is 202 224 2541.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, folks, here we go. Today is 8/15/2014. Got my back up in case my video camera conks out or something. Okay, we're calling Rand Paul Kentucky office first, and then we'll call the, if need be, we'll call Washington, D.C. Okay, 270-782-8303. WheepingWillow2.
Senator Paul's office, how can I help you?
Yes, who can I talk to about something I want to get verified as far as what Congress is doing, of what I've heard it is doing or has done, and that is the support of Obama's amending the Constitution to do away with the 22nd Amendment, whereby he could stay president.
Okay, our DC office handles the legislation, so I could either send a message up to them for you or I can give you their number.
No, I have their number. I just thought I'd call here first.
Oh, that's
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we call DC 202-224-4343. All I've ever got out of these people is frickin' rhetoric when I've ever called before.
Senator Paul's office.
Yes, who am I speaking with, please?
My name's Logan.
Logan. Hi, Logan. This is Carol. I'm calling to find out if there's any truth to what I just heard yesterday, that Obama is amending the Constitution of our country to do away with the 22nd Amendment in order that he may run again for presidency. Is there any validity to that?
We have not heard anything like that, ma'am, in this office. The president himself is not able to amend the Constitution. It takes a large vote in Congress as well as approval by the states for that to happen. An amendment to the United States Constitution in any time in the near future is relatively unlikely, especially one dealing with the 22nd Amendment.
Well, I understand all that, but he was supposed to have signed another executive order that is amending this, and he's presenting a bill or something to that effect. Have you seen or heard, or has Ron Paul seen or heard anything on this?
No, ma'am. We have not heard anything that has to do with that. It's extremely unlikely that would ever pass if it was to be proposed. The president does not have the executive order power to do that. The only way that an amendment to the Constitution could occur is with a 3/4 vote of Congress, which is extremely unlikely.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's already gone against Congress and done a lot of things to this nation with the stroke of a pen. So, you know, he's bypassed, and there's already rumors that that these people, the congressmen and all that's been threatened. When the NDAA or whatever that was that come out, that these folks weren't even up there to vote. This was done behind closed doors. So there's a lot of shady stuff going on up there in Washington as far as I'm concerned. So...
Well, I can definitely just tell you that I don't believe you have anything to fear with Obama running for the presidency again. I do not foresee it would be a shock for any amendment to the Constitution to occur, especially one dealing with the 22nd Amendment.
Right. Well, I understand that, but he's been shocking me ever since he got in office.
Yes.
You know? So, I mean,
Yeah.
Can you give a guarantee on that?
I can't issue a guarantee, but I can tell you that it would take a huge vote from the House of Representatives as well as the Senate. And since the Republicans control the House of Representatives, it's extremely unlikely that an amendment to the Constitution, nearly impossible, that an amendment to the Constitution allowing the president to run for a third term would ever occur.
Okay. And my other question is, are you aware of this Fukushima Daiichi power plant over there in Japan that blew up?
Yes, ma'am.
What is being done about that? I mean, seeing how it's killing humanity.
Yes, ma'am. As far as what this office knows, we know that it has occurred and that there are international efforts to continue the cleaning process. But that has really been something that the government of Japan and the United Nations have been working on doing. It's not something that, as far as I know, that the U.S. government is directly involved in outside of sending folks to help. But that is being led up by the government of Japan as well as its partners in the United Nations.
Well, I do alternative news on internet. And I can report to y'all that there's a lot of whales, dolphins. I've spoken to Oregon University, State University scientists, and they ended up, verifying that the purple ochre starfish, or they call them sea stars in the scientific community, but they have gone extinct off the coast of Oregon. There are reports up in Canada. There are seals that are, you know, they're having seizures, and I forget. It's like slobbers coming out of them. You know, they're dying.
Definitely understand, and you know, the senator will support anything that allows us to create a better environment in that way. You know, he's going to continue to push that people are able to live comfortably, and to make sure that any levels of radiation or anything that's wrong with that plant will be cleaned up, and those processes will continue. But once again, that is something that, it being in Japan, is being led by the government of Japan.
Well, that okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you there. Japan is not getting off their derriere and doing anything. That's the problem. They come up with this ice wall, dry ice, and all this kind of stuff. They've had 4 years come March. Okay, 4 years and nothing's been done. They have not built a sarcophagus around it like Chernobyl did there in Russia. And there is nothing being done, and we, in the meantime, all of humanity is being exposed to cesium-134, 137, tritium, uranium, a whole host of things, iodide-131. There's so much radiation that is blanketing the earth, and there is no shut-off valve for it. Now, Japan has put out a plea for the world. Now, I'm in contact with a Japanese well-renowned journalist by the name of Mari Takanuchi, and she has sent me material. I know this to be a fact, and she's been threatened, her life and that of her son. She's a single mother, and absolutely nothing is being done with Fukushima Daiichi Power Plant by anyone. Now they keep throwing their little experiments out there, you know, to do this, that, and the other. But you, everybody in Washington, we're all going to die unless you are impervious to radioactivity. There is no shutoff valve for this issue. None. You can't turn it off.
I definitely understand, man. But from this office, you know, the senator is going to continue to push to provide protection for American citizens. But all he can do is really just continue to encourage the government of Japan, as well as the United Nations environmental team, to take the steps necessary to do that. We're not able to necessarily force the government of Japan to do anything.
Well, when it's affecting
they're doing
us,
everything in their power to prevent this radiation or anything else coming from the power plant from continuing to grow and spread across.
Even though this is killing us. And it's already showed up in the United States of America from coast to coast.
And I'm sure that the U.S. government is taking all of the, as far as what specific steps they're taking, I'm not sure.
That's okay, make a note, because I want to know. I want to know what our government is doing.
To get in contact with a group like the EPA, they would probably have the knowledge necessary to let you know what they're doing and what steps they're taking.
Well, the EPA doesn't operate unless it goes through the Congress, right?
No,
on something of this matter?
The EPA is a presidential executive branch, executive organization, so they work through the presidency. They are controlled by the president.
Well, my dealings with the EPA, when I called them several months ago concerning the weather modification, all that, which is already on USGS's website and everything, on cloud seeding and all this other stuff, he acted like a blithering idiot. And this was the head honcho in the EPA. So it's like, you know, rhetoric after rhetoric after rhetoric. I'm not getting straight answers. And it takes 5, 6 months, 8 months to a year before I can get anyone up there in Washington to address the issues here. That this is deadly. This is serious. This is not something. I mean, there is nothing else that's more important than Fukushima Daiichi at this point. Absolutely nothing. No meeting in Washington, D.C. holds precedence over the life and well-being of the world population. Nothing.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And I definitely understand your concern, but we have nothing, no new or different information, and it sounds like you already have it in this office. And the only ones that I think would be able to answer any more of your questions would be an environmental group like the EPA or maybe some other non-governmental environmental group.
Well, who might that be then?
I'm not sure on all the different environmental groups. I know one is referred to as the Sierra Club. They are an environmental group that you might be able to contact to ask questions or to get more knowledge or information on as far as what the United States government itself is doing. Because as far as this office, I do not know what steps have been taken by the government itself to do this, because it is most likely being done through an organization like the EPA, through executive orders, through executive power, not necessarily through the Senate.
Right. Well, I can only tell you this. Unless you are impervious to radioactivity, which this is coming through our walls, tritium and iodide-131 and depleted uranium, which causes, I've done stories on Kosovo, Iran, Iraq, Hanford power plant up in Washington State, around the country, and people right now, because of the nuclear power plants up there in Hanford, there were 31 babies that were born without the frontal lobes of their brain since 2010 to 2014. People that worked at that power plant, their brains are melting. Okay, literally. Their brains, it's called anencephaly. And this is a horrendous thing. These power plants across this world should be shut down. Now, I'm not an activist to get out and talk about all this stuff. I wished I was. I wish I wasn't disabled. I could get out, because I'd be raising some kinds of heck. Okay? But, yeah, this is devastation. And you all up there that are making the decisions for the rest of us out here, I mean, somebody needs to get off the stick and get with the program. Because humanity is dying as we're sitting here talking on the phone, and they want to debate this, that, and the other and take forever. I mean, unless y'all have a hole to crawl down into somewhere, I don't see it.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate you taking time to give us a call and let us know your concern. And I'll be more than happy to pass it along to the senator. And I appreciate you taking time to give us a call. And I hope you have a great day.
Okay, so you cut me off then. All right. Well, that's usually the rhetoric that Washington, D.C. does to the constituents out here that they're supposed to be working for via the other way around.
Yes, sir. Well, is there anything else you'd like to discuss outside of the need for the U.S. government to take some steps?
Yeah, I would just like, to be able to live my life and see my great-granddaughter, be able to live a life free of the chemtrails that are in the air and the Fukushima Daiichi power plant and WIPP down there in Carlsbad, New Mexico and Texas, and all these power plants that's in this country that are 50, 60, whatever years old that are Congress knew about WIPP, and all they said was, hey, let's stick out some monitors across the entire South to find out what the effects of it's going to be on the population. Are y'all kidding me? When does anyone up there get held to accountability? Because that day is coming, I can assure you. That day is coming. There's going to be an accountability, and if they don't start working for the people up there, there is a law called 5 U.S.C. 7311 that when they don't do what they're supposed to be doing for we the people, then they can be ousted out of their little positions up there if they're not working for us. And with everything, they've dropped the ball here. And if they don't get off the shtick and get to working on this Daiichi power plant, they're going to die too because of this. Radioactivity doesn't, pick and choose who it's going to kill. It's just going to kill us, and that's the end of that.
Is there any specific legislative issue or legislative thing going on in the Senate or Congress now that the senator could look into or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I'd like to see whether or not you do have anything in the legislative thing that's going before whoever to get something done on this Daiichi.
The senator himself does not have anything proposed for that.
I thought he was a congressman.
He's a senator.
Well, I was told he was congressman. That's what I called for.
Well, congressman can refer to someone in the House of Representatives or in the Senate, but him being a senator, we usually just refer to him as the title senator.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I'd be interested in knowing whether your all's office is doing anything about this.
Yes, our office currently is not taking any steps with that.
And why not?
Because the senator is focusing on multiple other issues at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
There's nothing more important than this, you see. Nothing.
The senator is actually working currently on criminal justice reform, as well as lessening our policies in Iraq.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Ukraine. There are a lot of issues going on at the moment.
Yeah, and what difference do any of those make? My point being, what difference does it make on any of that if we're all going to be dying? Okay? Y'all seem to think this is some kind of game, or that it's not as critical. This is world annihilation here of humanity. You already have the ocean. The Pacific Ocean is dead. You're not understanding me. You're cutting me off then. That's what your point is.
I'm not sure. There's very little else I can do to help or talk. I'd let you know what's going on. The groups that you can talk to.
One group. One group.
The EPA would be a great one. There are multiple other environmental agencies that can deal with this kind of stuff. Non-governmental organizations as well would be very productive, I think.
Well, then I'd like to know what those organizations are besides this one.
I cannot act as a personal Google or search engine for you. If you can get online and just Google it, and you'll come up with tons and tons of options with their phone numbers listed.
Right.
If there's anything else we can do for you, I appreciate you taking time to give us a call, and I hope you have a great day.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you. Bye.
There you go, folks. Rhetoric, and more fucking rhetoric. Okay. Hello, YouTubers. Today is 8/15/2014. I am on the Kentucky legislation site, and I am going to call my congressman, and I want to know if there's any validity to what Obama plans on doing with our Constitution. So here goes nothing.
Good morning, Legislative Research Commission.
Good morning. Do you have...
This is Rand Paul.
Okay.
And the Kentucky number is 270.
A number where I can reach Ron Paul and Mitch McConnell, please.
I do not have those numbers. I can transfer you to our public information.
Okay, thank you.
Just a moment.
Public Information Office.
Yes, hi. Could you please give me Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell's phone numbers, both their Washington, D.C. and their Kentucky numbers?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. How's the weather up there in Frankfurt?
Good.
Is it?
Yes.
Fairly nice here, too. I tell you what, it seems like we're having September, October weather versus August.
I totally agree.
You know, it's weird. Okay.
This is Senator McConnell's Kentucky number.
Okay.
I'm giving you his Louisville number. It's 502 582 6304.
Okay.
0
Okay.
782
Okay.
8303.
Okay.
And
Where is that? Bowling Green? Okay.
And his DC number is 202
Okay.
224
Okay.
4343.
4343. Okay.
And let me look it up.